Hi, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 24th, 2024 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so much for doing so. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. Okay. So what's really nice here is that we have a release of worry, which is fantastic. We like to see that, a release of worry. I don't have to worry anymore. Now, there is vampiric energy coming forward that's stopping you from being able to celebrate. And yet there's an energy here, Capricorn, where I'm standing before the altar of my existence, claiming my gifts, my glory, and myself. There is something within you that is awakening, but it's like you get to a certain point and then it's like no, I can't, type of thing. It's like a yo-yo back and forth. So just be mindful about this. With the Two of Pentacles here, there is this sense of things not necessarily being balanced. There's some sneakiness here, some intense emotions coming forward. So do be aware of this during this time where there's just a need to harmonize, to stabilize, and to then move forward. That's going to be really important. So let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you are interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a heart in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of March. So good luck to everyone. And if you are interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is purposeful reverse. Do we feel like we have a purpose? Not really. We can feel overwhelmed. We can feel kind of like aimless wandering type of deal, which is not uncommon with this full moon. This full moon is in Virgo. It's the smallest full moon of the year. It's known as the snow moon, which I just think is pretty. So here, there's a lot of things going on where we're not feeling purposeful or we're being very harshly critical on ourselves and about ourselves also. So do be aware of this, that we're being very tough on us. So knowing that we do have a purpose, stepping back from criticism and saying, okay, what do I love? What brings me joy? How do I move forward in my energy, in myself? How do I show up for me? That's going to start to show you your purpose, because we can feel aimless. And that's not a good thing for anybody, but especially for a Capricorn. We don't like to feel aimless. So just being aware of that is going to be super important. Let's see what our chakra energy is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is meditate. So this is the crown chakra. Slowing things down and meditating is going to be one of the most beneficial things that we can do for ourselves. It's going to be highly powerful, highly beneficial. And so here with meditate, even if we don't like to sit crisscross applesauce, right, and meditate, then Spirit is saying, okay, that's fine. But washing the dishes, can be very meditative. Going for a walk can be very meditative. And just sitting and breathing, just letting yourself sit and breathe, take the earbuds out of your ears, and being able to center ourselves is going to be very, very, very important. Our our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the Four of Cups reverse. Be mindful during this time. Again, we can have a tendency to get hyperfixated in one direction, but also to be hypercritical about ourselves and on things that aren't going right. This is going to be a time to say, okay, I see it, but I still need to move forward. So we can see the mistakes, we can see the fingerprints on things, but we still need to move forward. Everybody's going to kind of slow down and, again, hyperfixate on things that might not be able to be changed or, aren't important right now, instead of stepping back and saying, okay, what's the bigger picture? Divinity is moving you in a very different direction than you want to go in. So when it starts to happen, when you start to move in that direction, you're going to be like, no, don't you understand? I need to be focused here. And Spirit's going to be like, no, nope, it's over here, or there's something else that's coming forward. So it's going to seem first as a setback or an irritant, and then all of a sudden it's going to be like, oh, that's where that happened, like, oh, that's where I need to be. It's like, okay, cool, like now it makes sense. with the Two of Pentacles, there's a lot that we are balancing. There's a lot that we're juggling during this time, especially now as Earth sign energy. Virgo is also Earth sign energy. Focusing on one task at a time is very important. So we need to kind of step back. We need to not juggle everything that's coming up again and again and again in all the readings, where it's like the more we put on our plate, the more overwhelmed we're going to feel. We need to scale back and we need to hone in. That's going to be important. Our emotions can be everywhere, and we can also be really affected by the emotions of others. So just be mindful about that. And there's also some sort of trickery here with the little foxtail right in the background that's trying to knock us off balance. So again, being mindful. The more we take on, the more we put on ourselves, we're going to think, okay, the more I can get done. But it's actually going to be like the more overwhelmed I feel, the more run down I feel, the more stressed I feel, the more I feel stuck. So being aware of that is going to be an important thing. Judgment is reversed. So this isn't about stepping out into, into the world. And judgment is in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. It is an angel, raising people up. And so what we're going to see here is that it's about the universe within ourselves. There's a part of us that wants to awaken, but until we see the worth of ourselves, the power of our consciousness, the way that we want to move forward for us, or the power of our own voice, we're going to be held back. So just being aware of this is going to be a very important and very powerful thing. It moves us then to the magician, which I think is fantastic, because the magician is standing before the altar of your existence, claiming your power, claiming your prosperity, claiming who it is that you are, and saying, this is the way that I'm moving forward, and this is where I want to be. And so it's interesting, because during this time, we doubt ourselves, we fear, we feel overwhelmed, and yet we have all the gifts lined up to be able to achieve, to be able to succeed, and to be able to move forward with absolute positivity. So being aware of this during this time is going to be, it can be life-changing for us to stand before the altar of our existence, to stand before ourselves and say, I see my gifts, I see my prosperity, I see my power, and I'm claiming it. And I'm stepping forward in this energy one step at a time. Now, does this mean that we're going to all own mansions on the top of a hill? No, it doesn't. Or drive fancy cars? No, it doesn't. What it means is that we start living our life purpose. We start saying, this is me, and we start moving towards happiness, even if that's scaling things down or slowing things down. And it doesn't mean that, if you're, working your tuchus off, right, you have to scale things down and be like, okay, I can just go without. It means that I slow down and I see myself and I see what's important. And that's going to be a very powerful thing, because sometimes with all that the world bombards us with, we forget what's important. We forget how we're supposed to be moving forward for us, or the connections that we have. And it moves us to the Four of Pentacles. This is vampiric energy. This is feeling drained. This is feeling overwhelmed. This is also a blockage in our chakra flow. So just being mindful about that is going to be very important, that the energy isn't necessarily flowing within us the way that we want it to. Now, it can be because we feel overwhelmed and tired, and that's absolutely reasonable. But there's also a sense here of blockage, around the heart chakra. We're not fully embracing what we're feeling, the gut chakra, the solar plexus chakra. We're not listening to our guts. We can feel untethered from the spiritual world and also untethered from our earthly plane. So it just feels like it's all on us. And Spirit is saying here, connect to Spirit, connect to, your crown chakra, your soul star chakra, your earth star chakra, and see yourself moving forward in that power and in that grace. But you're also going to be letting go of a lot of energy that's just draining, a lot of doubts, a lot of fears, a lot of negativity that has kept you small, that has kept you from moving forward the way that you need to. And this is going to be a time where you're releasing negativity, hurt, pain, disappointment, a lot of chaos, because you're seeing it. Now, you're not fully letting go of it quite yet, because that would be this card reversed, but you're absolutely getting there. You're absolutely starting to see that there are just some things in this world right now that are toxic to you. You don't want them, and it's time to move forward. You're also going to start cutting ties with old ways of thinking. It can't even be with certain people in your life where it's just like, okay, you know what? You don't have to cut ties with them, because that can be hard. But it's like, does this raise my energy vibration? Does this help me move forward? And if not, do I need to arm myself properly, spiritually, emotionally, with my expectations and with, the energy that I'm giving out during this time? The Six of Wands reverse is saying we have difficulty during this moon celebrating ourselves, which everybody does. And that's why everybody's being a little bit needy during this time as well, because it's like, we're all having trouble celebrating ourselves. We're all wanting validation, and we're all feeling overworked and overwhelmed. So just be mindful about this during this time, that it's kind of like, oh, okay, oh, okay, I see that. So celebrate yourself, celebrate your wins. Don't think, oh, well, I should have done it then, or it should have been like this. It's like, no, celebrate your wins. And with the Nine of Swords reverse, it's a release of worry. It's a release of worry. It's a release of doubt. It's a release of fear. And it's stopping to worry all the time. If you're like me, you might be an A++ warrior, and you might have very intrusive thoughts about, things that you could be worrying about that you didn't realize quite yet, right? You could be worrying about this and that. And this is going to be a time to say, no, I release all intrusive thoughts. I release all this chaos, all this hurt, all this fear, and I step into me. I step into me with love and with grace and with beauty. And that's going to be an important thing, because it's keeping us from opening up the doors and fully living our lives, the worry, and the fear. And so this is going to be a time where we start to open up the door and say, well, what if? Maybe I can. And it's just going to be little things that we do for ourselves that are actually really big steps. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. So we have the full moon in Capricorn coming through right here. And I know this is a full moon in Virgo, but your Capricorn energy, and this is a full moon. So it says the end of a tough cycle approaches. We are going through extremes right now, finding balance, finding harmony. And we don't think that the end of the tough cycle will approach. We feel overwhelmed. This is why meditation, breathing, centering ourselves is going to be so important. It's time to release negativity is definitely what this moon is all about, and definitely what this time is all about. We need to focus on our healing, focus on, a release of negative energy, but also with focus reversed, our attention is grabbed here and there. We're pulled in one direction and we're pulled in another direction, and everything seems to demand our time and attention. So with focus, this is going to be a time where we need to step into ourselves and say, okay, how do I need to move forward, and where do I need to be? What do I desire for me? And that's going to be a really important thing. Also, focusing on the third eye chakra is going to be very, very helpful. Your commitment is being tested. It is, because we feel out of balance. And as we stand before the altar of our existence, we might find that we need more balance, more structure. Now, not going overboard with the structure, Capricorn, because we can become very, very, very regimented within ourselves. But our communication, our commitment is being tested, but also our communication is being tested. How are we communicating with ourselves? How are we communicating with the world around us? Our commitment to what we want is being tested, because right now it is out of balance. Why? Because we are out of balance. And it doesn't mean that this is all your fault. I don't want you to take away this toxicity from these statements. What it means is that we feel overwhelmed. And the more overwhelmed we feel, the more we kind of shut down. And the more we shut down, the more overwhelmed we feel. And so here, it's letting yourself breathe, and it's saying, okay, my commitment is being tested, right? I'm not sure what I want all the time, and I need to have balance. So if I can break it down into bite-sized pieces and bring balance and bring harmony here, and move things forward, but in small increments, like spending 10 minutes doing something that would tidy things up, or that would progress something forward, instead of saying I have to do 18 million hours, that's going to be a heck of a lot more beneficial to us. A personal issue reaches resolution. It does. It reaches resolution, and we see ourselves embracing patience as we walk and as we make our way towards the portal of change. Now we're releasing vampiric energy. We're releasing the sense of being overwhelmed and feeling stuck. And it says a new start is coming, but we don't necessarily always feel that way. We need to nourish ourselves, and we need to know that from this full moon to the new moon, it can be a bit of a bumpy ride. It can be a bit intense. But as we see ourselves, as we find ourselves, we're going to find that we start to celebrate ourselves because our bonus card is the new moon. We need to start believing in the impossible again. It's kind of like we've gotten one too many kicks in the teeth. And it's like, no, I can't believe in the impossible and I can't love myself because it's just gotten too hard. But what we're going to see here is that as we release the worry and the fear, we can start to believe in our dreams. We can start to believe in what feels impossible, but not wording it as impossible, wording it as a challenge or as something intriguing to see if we can get done. But we also have to start to love ourselves and put that foremost at, the heart of who we are and what we want. For people to say, oh wow, they have such a sense of self, or they have such a sense of love. That's a beautiful statement. And I can see that coming forward for you, Capricorn. It moves us to beginnings. And this is also the new moon. So the new moon is reversed here in the main part of this reading as we go. But the bonus card was, and that fell out, right, is the new moon. And it's the fact that from this time, from this full moon to the new moon, we're going to see new beginnings coming and we're going to see ourselves in a new way. Now, are we going to believe that new start is coming? No. But is it going to come? Yes. And it brings about beginnings that we had not imagined. It brings a changing of seasons. Here it's wintry and it's, snowy and it's all that. And then through the portal is springtime, or summer. So it's just a beautiful transformation that we are going through. And right now we might be in our winter, and that's okay. Our subconscious spirit message is soulful. We need to fill our souls, and we are filling our souls, but we need to remember and know to take time to fill our souls and ground ourselves. Our subconscious chakra message is personal power, and this is reversed. We're not listening to our gut. That's also what we saw here with the Four of Pentacles, with the here I can just show you, with the pentacle over the solar plexus chakra, right? We're not listening to our guts. We're not listening to our hearts. We need to embrace our personal power by embracing love and by seeing ourselves. Because right now it's just kind of like I can smash through things, right? I can force it to move forward. And Spirit's saying here, what if we can love things to move forward? It's not, and Spirit wants me to clarify, it's not loving something enough that they change, or that, you can make beautiful things happen, for another person, but it's moving forward in your love and saying, in love, all is possible, because it is. It's moving forward in love, moving forward in grace, moving forward in compassion, and knowing that so much is possible because of that. But don't put yourself in a bad situation. I really, really do want to preference this because I know somebody's watching and they're like, see, I know I can just love this person and they'll change and it won't be bad anymore. Or I can love the situation and it'll change and it won't be bad anymore. If you feel in your soul, like if it's draining you dry, you gotta go. You do. You have to move on. And it might not feel good in the moment, or it might be terrifying, but it's like you can't stay in that energy field. So just be aware of that. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Hangman. Yeah, we see things differently, and now we're doubting the way that we see things. So there's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of like sense of I don't think I can type of thing, or I should be just like everybody else. And Spirit's like, why not stand out? Like, why not embrace fully and beautifully being you? Our subconscious tarot message is the Page of Swords reverse. This is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you're born on the cusp with Aquarius, if you have air sign energy in your chart, you can find that it kind of trips you up. You can find that you might be asking why a lot, like, why do I have to do this? Why do I have to do that? And being very agitated because of it. This is a time to learn. This is a time to be a student of our voice and of what we want and of the way to move forward and to have a connection with Spirit with that. And that's going to be an important thing. But again, we can feel like, why is this happening? And it's not fair. And that's true and fair to say, but it's not going to get us anywhere. Our subconscious tarot message is gratitude. Well, not tarot. This is Luna message, is gratitude. And don't let the past hold you back. Be grateful for, I love this, it's an older hand holding a younger hand. And I always think of like a grandma and a grandchild, or a grandparent and a grandchild. And it's just that sense of being thankful for the wisdom you were taught. And don't let the past hold you back. Because there's pain that comes with wisdom and there's pain that comes with life. But do not let the past hold you back. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.